We are taking you into the news right now with the Fox 45 news feed. It's 11 a.m. New polls are getting a sense of what voters in Maryland are thinking ahead of the 2024 election, how many approve of the job President Biden is doing, and how many want to see change. Republican lawmakers present their juvenile crime plan at a state Senate hearing. We'll look at how it compares to the plan put forth by Democrats. And a live look outside right now. You can see that the snow that we saw yesterday has melted away. Look at the sunshine on the water there. We have your Valentine's Day forecast coming up with meteorologist Amy Aronson. Fox 45 News Midday starts now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks for joining us for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Patrice Sanders. We begin with breaking news out of our nation's capital this morning. At least 3 police officers have been shot in Southeast D.C. It happened around 8:30. We're told that all the officers were rushed to the hospital with what's being described as non-life-threatening injuries. Right now, it is unclear what led up to the shooting and if anyone has been taken into custody. Turning now to local news in a city in crisis, Baltimore police are investigating a quadruple shooting that happened overnight near Johnston Square. It happened just before 10 on East Eager Street, right near Greenmount Avenue. Police tell us that is where they found one man who had been shot. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition. A short time later, 3 other men walked into a hospital for gunshot wounds. Now, if you know anything about the shooting, you're asked to contact Metro Crime Stoppers at 1-866-7-LOCK-UP. Turning now to your Session 2024 coverage. 2 weeks after state Democrats unveiled their juvenile crime proposal, the Republican plan takes center stage in Annapolis. It promises more accountability for young offenders as lawmakers and community leaders say action cannot wait.
We need to make juvenile probation mean something.
We have zero teeth to any legislative action right now, any law, to make these parents bring their child in and get the services they need.
This is not something that's going away, and we definitely appreciate some more tools to be able to combat this.
As the calls for change in Baltimore and across the state grow louder, Olivia Dance is taking a closer look at the 2 crime plans and the conversations about crime happening on both sides of the aisle. Olivia.
Well, so far, the juvenile crime bills in either chamber have yet to make it out of committee. So that means that the conversations will just continue right here in Annapolis. And there could be some amendments made to these plans before they're finalized. Yesterday, the Republican-backed juvenile crime bills were the main focus. Laura Wilt, a prosecutor in the juvenile division in Frederick, argues that right now juvenile crime continues to increase. And without making changes to the probation length for certain offenses, the problem won't be solved.
Trying to put teeth back in our probation so that hopefully the kids will get the message and, stay out of the Department of Correction as adults.
The Republican-backed Juvenile Justice Restoration Act includes some changes already being debated, like authorizing certain charges involving a gun for kids at least 10 years old. But the debate over the Interrogation Act remains central to some of the friction. The proposal debated now, backed by Democrat Senator Ronald Watson from Prince George's County, would allow parents to talk to their kids before speaking with an attorney. Supporters of the current law argue it shouldn't be changed because it protects kids' constitutional rights, and opponents of the law are entirely against it.
Lawyers understand constitutional rights. Not all parents understand that, correct?
That's correct.
So why would we put a child in that jeopardy rather than allowing the law that we've currently passed to be put in place? Why would we do this?
It effectively, quite literally, prevents the questioning of child suspects who are children.
Now, a complete repeal of the Interrogation Act isn't on the table this legislative session, but there could be some small tweaks made, like giving parents a say in the process. For now, reporting in Annapolis, I'm Olivia Dance, Fox 45 News, Midday.
The Department of Juvenile Services Secretary Vincent Giraldi has not been at any of the hearings about juvenile crime legislation so far this session. He was also not present when Democrats introduced their package of bills last month, and his office won't answer our questions about whether he supports the measures. On WBAL Radio, Governor Moore doubled down on his support of Schiraldi.
I wanted to get someone in there who understood how to reform a system, but also understood that the benchmark for the results I want to see are accountability. And that means having real accountability for the young people in the system, making sure there's accountability for people that are breaking the law, regardless of their age, but also making sure that we have a system that actually works and can focus on rehabilitation.
Fox 45 News has been investigating the Department of Juvenile Services and Secretary Schiraldi for months. You can find our complete coverage online at foxbaltimore.com. That brings us to our question of the day. Who do you trust to handle the juvenile crime crisis, Republicans or Democrats? So far, 95% of those who voted say Republicans. You can head to foxbaltimore.com/vote to make your voice heard. Making headlines, the Republican-led House succeeds in its second attempt to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. The vote came in 214 to 213. The charges against Mayorkas will next go to the Senate, though it is unlikely he will be convicted in the Democrat-controlled chamber. Democrats flipped disgraced Congressman George Santos's seat. Tom Suozzi has won the special election to replace Santos, who was expelled from Congress amid a number of scandals. Suozzi defeated Mazi Philippe to represent the Long Island, New York congressional district. The seat, like all congressional seats, will again be up for grabs in November. A new Gonzalez poll is taking a closer look at the approval ratings for Vice President Kamala Harris. 46% of Maryland voters say they strongly approve of the job she's doing as vice president. 47% disapprove. 7% did not answer. Meanwhile, when it comes to President Joe Biden, 48% of voters approve of the job that he is doing handling the economy, but 51% disapprove. 1% did not have a response. 11:07, and here's a look at today's top trending stories. Trending number one, city police released new video of two robbery suspects wanted in a Friday night robbery in West Baltimore. Video shows the two were riding bikes along Bolton Street moments before police say they then robbed a person. Police also still searching for at least 5 juvenile suspects in a Pigtown robbery over the weekend. They made 3 arrests so far, but several suspects as young as 10 years old are still on the loose. Trending number 2, a gang investigation spanning nearly 4 years comes to an end in Howard County. The leader of the 59 Hoover gang has been convicted of murder and other gang-related charges. The gang is a subset of the notorious Crips gang. Officials say the group was operating out of Columbia. All 8 members were indicted 2 years ago, and now all 8 have been convicted. Trending number 3, changes could be coming to Baltimore's iconic Harbor Place. The city takingly blunt in trying to achieve its goals. So much, it's all very interesting. All right. Karen says social media use is not up to parents. How are they going to enforce that? Another saying social media is nothing but bad for kids. Health officials say they have identified a rare case of human bubonic plague in Oregon. They say the pet owner was probably infected by their cat. The person was treated and poses little risk to the community. The CDC says about 7 cases are reported each year, primarily in the rural southwest and northwest areas. Your reaction? One person saying, here we go again. Another, though, saying, chill, it's easily treatable. It's no longer 1665 England. Well, still ahead, if you are going out to celebrate Valentine's Day tonight, don't be surprised if it costs you more. Just how much more diners are paying this year compared to last year. 11:13 now on Fox 45 News Midday. We are back with a live look over at Towson. A bit of a breezy day today, and we're only in the 40s, but at least there's sun, and things are going to warm up later this week. Meteorologist Amy Aronson will time it all out for us coming up in just about 5 minutes. Making headlines, Boeing is taking a big hit, reporting a major stall in orders of new jets. It comes just weeks after a door plug blew out on a Boeing jet during an Alaska Airlines flight. Boeing reported January was its worst month for new airplane orders since the height of the pandemic. The company said it booked orders for only 3 jets, but also had 3 orders canceled, meaning they filled 0 net orders. Now, as for the investigation into that January incident, the latest report from the NTSB says the 4 bolts that were supposed to hold the door plug in place were missing before it blew out. The report cited a lack of damage to the plug where the bolts were supposed to attach to the door, indicating they were never there to begin with. It's a big day in Kansas City. A live look now where that city will welcome home the Chiefs with a massive celebratory parade today. It looks kind of quiet right now. The team won its 2nd consecutive Super Bowl on Sunday, beating the San Francisco 49ers in overtime. The parade kicks off at noon, so they've got a little more time. Well, it is Valentine's Day, and if you are taking your sweetie out for dinner tonight to celebrate, get ready to pay more. According to January Consumer Price Index, restaurant food prices are up 5% year over year. This is a complete reversal from last year when it was cheaper to dine out. And it's not just dinner that's going to cost you more. The National Retail Federation projects Valentine's Day spending will hit a new record of $14.2 billion this year. The report says shoppers will be spending the most on jewelry, flowers, and clothing for special dates. And if you have a sweet tooth, you could be paying more than double for the Valentine's Day version of your favorite candy. This includes gummy bears, Jolly Ranchers, Sour Patch Kids. Retail experts say it's normal since seasonal items are often made in limited quantities. A Washington Post op-ed says it's a bad idea to gift someone roses on Valentine's Day or any other day. The article says the romantic gesture is bad for the environment. Quote, fresh flowers are a $34 billion global industry with a massive carbon footprint. More than 250 million flowers are sold across the globe every Valentine's Day. Well, Google has released its most searched questions ahead of the holiday, with many people asking, what is love? Followed by how to love yourself. Others search for what kinds of gifts they should buy for their loved ones. Google Analytics shows many in the U.S. favor flowers over chocolate. Meanwhile, Galentine's Day, which was yesterday, spiked in interest over the last 10 years, actually peaking in 2020. Mark Clark with Be More Lifestyle is here now, and the amount of money that is spent on Valentine's Day is amazing. It would be more worthwhile to just postpone it for a week or even 2 days, and then you get all the after Valentine's Day sales and just have your Valentine on Friday.
Look at that practical information.
Right?
Look at you. Wow, that's impressive.
Flowers are cheaper, candy's on sale. I mean, we don't do a lot for we give cards and then we go out, for dinner, and we take Naomi because it's, we're both his Valentine. So that's about it.
I know we're so similar. Patrice, I think family's a big part of ours too. We go practical. We had Ethiopian last night.
Ooh.
We're gonna do a little. We do our podcast tonight, and I'm gonna probably bring home some chocolate dipped strawberries and call it a day.
That would be the only thing I would want on Valentine's Day, because then I get to sneak in my chocolate. I'm not supposed to be eating. I'm supposed to be being good right now.
Well, happy Valentine's Day to everybody.
Same to you. All right, well, time now for your wild and wonderful weather. Meteorologist Amy Aronson, and the Valentine's Day weather is cooperating, at least here. That picture doesn't look like it, though.
Yeah, this is an area that actually picked up more snow than us yesterday. Let's travel north up to Connecticut, where they picked up, a foot of snow in some locations. I think that fella there needs a bigger ruler. You can see his His ruler goes deep, deep, deep right into the snow and disappears. Here's another look at the snow. The plow trucks were actually coming through there with the heaviest snow falling there yesterday. So this is kind of the snow we seen there waking up to this morning. Of course, we picked up a little bit of snow here yesterday. That weather maker has since moved on, and things look much improved on our weather map for Valentine's Day. With high pressure building back in, winds are picking up. It's going to be a brisk day out there, but also a drier one for us. But already we're tracking our next winter weather maker. Doesn't look like it right now. The sun is shining down on Baltimore. We're currently at a chilly 40 degrees. Mid-40s is where we're headed today. We are tracking the return of some snow starting Friday night now, and this system's going to move through overnight Friday and actually wrap up very early on Saturday. Let's talk timing. We are dry for the rest of your Wednesday, dry and blustery. As we get into your Thursday, we've got another system actually pushing through. This one could send us a chance for a brief rain shower, but I think it's just mostly cloudy as that cold front pushes through on Thursday. That's going to usher in another round of fresh, cold air, cold enough for snow with that next system. So this one's coming in Friday night. Looks like right now the snow showers hold off until late after darkness. So overnight Friday around 10, 11 o'clock, we get snow showers developing and then pushing through overnight. Looks like they wrap up really early on Saturday, actually before daybreak. So by the time you head out the door Saturday morning, some snow is left behind, but at least it's not actively snowing at that point. So here's a preview of how much snow we could see. Now with this system, it's been taking a more southerly track. So if you take note of these numbers, you'll notice higher amounts to the south. I think across the region, we are tracking a general 1 to 3 inches of snow on the ground by Saturday morning. This is what that means for the next 3 days. We cloud up our skies tomorrow with highs close to 50, and then we are throwing in that chance for snow late Friday into early Saturday. We'll have to watch that for a potential weather alert with that next system. After that, things quiet down, and we've actually got the 50s coming our way much of next week. Patrice?
All right, Amy, thank you. Coming up tonight on Fox 45 News at 4, the House Judiciary Committee meeting to discuss whether or not the theft of a firearm should be a felony. The key takeaways from today's hearing and a look at previous attempts to pass the bill. Then at 5, students robbed on their way to school in Howard County. The steps the district is taking to keep children safe in and around schools. And at 6, a controversial new bill in Annapolis that would lessen penalties for students who cause trouble on school grounds. The reaction coming from lawmakers tonight. Well, still ahead, it is Valentine's Day. Coming up, how one city's lovely name is making it a hub for mailing love letters. 11:22 now on Fox 45 News Midday. 11:25, don't miss this. In a move that could disrupt your Valentine's Day plans, today, thousands of drivers for Uber, Lyft, and DoorDash are expected to go on strike. That strike is over pay and working condition disputes. The campaign group Justice for App Workers plans to stop giving rides to and from all airports in 10 cities for 2 hours today. Time now for your lunch break, and some special Valentines are being mailed out this year from the people of Loveland. The city is located in northern Colorado. Each piece of mail gets a special inscription of the city's nickname, Sweetheart City, and the coveted Loveland postmark.
So we get all sorts of mail that come through the program. One year we've gotten letters from little girls sending their Valentines to their daddy in heaven with a note that just says, send it, we know he'll get it. And then we have others we're sending to military from all over the world, where people are sending Valentines to their sweethearts who couldn't be here with them and that are serving our country. We get special Valentines to major famous people. Dolly Parton got one this year.
Well, at its peak, volunteers say they sorted through more than 300,000 pieces of mail each year, and that figure is about about 100 to 125,000. Well, that's all we have for Fox 45 News Midday. Be More Lifestyle coming up next. Mark Clark back to tell us what they're working on.
Patrice, we've all heard the phrase, no shirt, no shoes, no service. Well, a new trend, TikTokers are testing the policy with the rise in barefooting. Huh? We'll tell you about it coming up. Ooh, pew-wee on Be More Lifestyle. Stick around.
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Be More Lifestyle.
And happy Valentine's. What's up, Baltimore? It's Mark Clark, and this is Be More Lifestyle live from Studio A at Fox Baltimore. Lady T is here, along with stylist Violicia Toll and meteorologist Amy Aronson. Good morning, everybody. Let me tell you right now, it may be Valentine's Day, but some viral dating trends are being called out for being toxic. Trend number 1. Breadcrumbing is described as giving someone just enough attention to keep them interested, but not enough to show you care. Also, paper clipping. That's when an ex reaches out, but not because they're interested, only because they want to keep you as an option on the back burner.
I like it.
Okay, okay, Amy, I'll come to you. We're married over here. Now, Alicia, have you heard of these terms?
You know what? Honestly, I have not.
Okay.
But it makes sense.
Are you single?
I am single.
Okay.
All up in my business.
I know, he put you out there on blast. This what it's like.
We're the Murray
Welcome to the world of Mark.
Alicia, what do you think of these trends you're just hearing about?
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
No,
have you done it to anybody?
Not the breadcrumbing. I would think that I didn't do that. I would not do such a thing.
Wow,
I got you. She's so innocent.
You
I
two,
love it.
yeah, the two innocent ones over here.
We're just so cute.
Lady T, have you ever been breadcrumbed?
Have I been breadcrumbed? Yes.
I think you have been breadcrumbed.
I've been breadcrumbed a lot.
I
feel like men are infamous for doing these things, okay? And I think we just had to give it a name. It's an appetizer sounding name, but it's a name nonetheless.
I think I witnessed Lady T be breadcrumbed.
Don't stop. Don't you stop.
No, because I know they want to keep you around.
They keep you around for a little bit just to make you seem a little interested, and then they drop the bomb on you that they're married or something else is going on. They got 8 kids with somebody else. Do you want to be the next baby mama? Do you want to be next on the list? Like, they really are trifling.
Amy, you were not going to ask you.
I'm too old for these trends. I feel like Lady T, though, you would be the one doing breadcrumbing.
All right, let's not go there. I thought
Wait a minute.
You know what? I thought he was going to say that.
You're right. I witnessed Lady T breadcrumbs.
All right. Well, you know,
let's a moment.
Stovetop stuffing.
I think we have more topics to discuss.
A new trend is taking off on social media.
Funny.
Barefooting. More and more people are ditching shoes in favor of walking barefoot, while doctors say walking barefoot can help strengthen your foot muscles. Look, most activities you do barefoot should be inside, like yoga or Pilates.
That makes sense.
Now, Amy, come on now.
This is gross.
Walking in barefoot, I mean, in your backyard, yeah, but like out?
In public, I've seen people on airplanes take off their shoes and sit there with their shoes off. That is gross.
Oh, sorry.
Come on now.
That was me.
You're a barefooter?
I do love it.
Really?
I don't mean just the barefoot wine. I mean, I literally I love being barefoot. I'm sorry, Amy. That was probably me on the plane who took my feet.
Oh, you did that on the plane?
Because your foot is under the thing, the seat in front of you, and you just take them off.
Yeah,
no one else does that. Like,
oh my God,
it's a long flight.
Alicia, you like Lady T, get bare with your feet on the doggone airplane?
I'm trying to keep my feet soft.
There we go.
You know,
come on. Oh, okay.
But I will do it if we're out in the woods.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, you just out here?
Out in the woods, just walking
She want to take it back. That's Mother Nature right here.
Go ahead.
Just a little something to ground yourself with
That
the
is
dirt,
true.
You know,
A lady, somebody told me that. They said I'm a Gemini. They said you need to ground yourself. Go in your backyard and walk around. I was like, wow. But then I got 2 dogs, so you know what happens.
But it is relaxing being barefoot.
We want you to tell us. Have you ever tried barefooting? Vote on our website, foxbaltimore.com/vote. When you get to the website, make sure you click on the lifestyle tab. You can also vote on our Fox 45 News app. At the end of the show, we'll see if everybody's thinking about it. Okay, now, go ahead and refill your water bottle at a time when the Stanley Cup craze is hotter than ever. Doctors say forgetting, there's a good reason to do this. You should drink more water. Apparently, people aren't drinking enough water. There's a great benefit. The best benefit is the skin.
Yeah,
now,
that's true.
You have beautiful skin.
Yes, it's glowing, darling. It's glowing.
I see you drinking water.
I do.
Okay.
I really do. Well, listen, my children, they're like, Mom, where's the juice? Because that's all we keep is just water. Because we gotta stay hydrated.
Yeah,
hydration is important.
Now, as a new mommy, have you been drinking your water intake?
I try. I've got 3 Stanleys, probably getting, what is it?
Oh, wow.
Don't they have lead in them? I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm staying hydrated. So
It's okay.
Stanleys.
Oh,
yes.
wow. Look at you.
That's about $600
Was
right
that
there.
a little...
$600. All I heard was ching ching. I didn't even know.
What's it called? What's it called?
The little Stanley what?
What's the little term when you kind of say, oh, yeah.
Oh, you just raking up dollars, or you just carrying a bag out here?
Yes.
Listen, we need a Stanley Cup deal because, baby, when you have that cup, you feel invincible.
You just feel like you got to drink it.
I started drinking water only because I got the one our station gave us. I started drinking water.
Well, they gave us the
so that's when I started drinking it.
It was a Stanley cup.
It's a little Stanley. It's a little Stanley. But it makes me drink regular ice water though. For some reason,
it stays cold.
Yeah, it stays cold for such a long time, and then like it just is so good. And they told me stop drinking sparkling water as much because I'm an addict.
Well, look, we're going to see all of you guys later in the show.
Love the confessions going on.
You know what I mean? This is a moment. This is a time.
Right now, you fell in love with them in the ring, and they fell in love with one another. Coming up, we'll chat a one-on-one with WWE superstars Bianca Belair and Montez Ford. Okay. And speaking of love, it's the newest tech you're sure to love. Coming up, the new easy way to increase storage on your phone.
By Brett.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
If you're constantly running out of memory on your devices but tired of choosing what to delete, Julie Moran has your solution. Here she is to share a handy and affordable solution in America's Steals and Deals.
The following segment is sponsored by Nokia.
There is nothing more frustrating than when you want to take a photo and your phone says, storage full. Oh, and it always happens at the most inconvenient times. I was just at my godson's wedding and I took hundreds of photos. If I had had the Click Free Pro, I would have loaded them onto this and gifted him one of these as a keepsake of his special day. And the Click Free Pro can store thousands of photos and videos while fitting easily in your hand. You know, other storage options they're bulky, they're expensive, and sometimes you need other accessories to work with different devices. Well, this has a port. Look at this. Look how easily that went in for each device. So you can use it with your laptop or your tablet. It's light and it's a great deal. The Click Free app, this is really cool, allows you to scan old photos so they don't sit on a shelf or a box anymore. And also, this is really cool. I love this little carrying case. It's cute. They come in lots of different colors, just perfect. Right now, we are offering 50% off. Did you hear what I said? Get this, 50% off on the Click Free Pro. So I want you to head over to asadeals.com for this exclusive offer. And believe me, these are going to go very, very quickly.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Shimunek Funeral Homes.
There are many ways to honor your deceased relatives, and it's important to have funeral arrangements that are right for you and your loved ones. With us today is John Evans, General Manager of Shimunek Funeral Home. John, you joined us a few weeks ago, and you're here today to talk about Shimunek memorialization. Why is it important for people to understand that?
Well, cremation memorialization is just a manner that we're going to celebrate someone's life when cremation is chosen rather than a burial. Cremation is not the event. The event is that time of gathering, and it's important to have for people to get together.
I love it. And so what should people have in mind when planning this?
Really, they just need to know that their choices are limitless. There can be a traditional type of service, or it can be more of a gathering with food and drink.
You know, I chose cremation for my mother, John. Now, you know, most people probably assume cremation service must be held after the cremation occurs. Is that true?
No, not necessarily. As I was saying, some people choose to have the cremation after a traditional service where there might be a viewing, a service either at our funeral home or their place of worship. And then rather going to the cemetery, we would take the deceased to our company-owned off-site crematory. In other cases, people want to do the cremation first and then follow it up with a gathering. But it's important that they have that gathering because we need that time to bring people together, to share, family and friends, to laugh and cry and tell stories.
I know people, you know, take an urn home after cremation, but it's also possible to purchase the cemetery space for the urn, right?
Correct. Yes. Our Dignity Memorial cemeteries have offerings such as ground burial, upright niches, columbariums, benches where the ashes can be placed. It's important to have a permanent placement, I think. Everyone is well-intentioned when they take the urn home, but time marches on and we have our own life circumstances and those ashes become the responsibility of someone else.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Sadly, I really do. So for those who are interested in the possibility to pre-plan for cremation, just like funerals and traditional burials, can they do that?
Absolutely, absolutely. Contact us at one of our locations at Perry Hall at 410-256-3600 or in Bel Air, 638-5360. And one of our team that helps families in advance will help them with all these decisions. We plan everything in life. The birth of a child, graduations, retirement. Why wouldn't we plan for this?
John, thanks for making this very challenging conversation very comfortable. Thanks again, okay?
Thank you, Mark.
Still ahead, Love and WWE will chat with the stars of the new show and get a sneak peek of what fans can expect. But first, Impress Your Valentine. Coming up, we'll chat with a local stylist about the hottest trends this holiday.
This is Be More Lifestyle.
All right, hey you guys, it's Valentine's Day, and we know that you're about to go on a date or outing with your partner or your spouse, but we want to make sure that you're hitting the town in style, okay? So joining us now is stylist Vialicia Toe. Welcome to the show, Vialicia.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, darling. Okay, you look fabulous.
I was going to say the same thing about you.
Because I be out here, sis. I be ready, okay?
It's the curl, it's the jewel, it's the red dress.
Right, and I wanted, because I want to look special for later on, right?
Yes.
So what do we need to know when we're picking out an outfit for a Valentine's Day dinner? What should we take into consideration?
Well, definitely the moment. Like, what type of moment are you about to step into?
Okay.
From your fragrance, obviously, is the first layer of importance.
Okay.
Right. Anything like your romance, your Valentino, those really nice.
Are you getting proposed to?
Are you getting proposed
You don't know.
to?
Look, you never know.
What's the goal?
Right. Are you dressing to impress?
Exactly.
Is it like a later kick back kind of thing? Like,
not everyone is going to your fabulous dinner party.
Okay.
Or out with bae, for the single girls, not married with the rings.
Right. You could be out with your gal pals.
Be out with your gal pals. So just understanding like what the goal is,
where you're going, where you're going to be eating at,
picking out the look based upon the occasion.
Oh, I like that. Okay, now are there anything off limits? Can we do the traditional pink and red, or all black, or do we look to?
I feel like we can always wear black. So
Okay.
This is the time, girls, to splash on some color like what you're wearing.
Okay.
Definitely pair it with some neutrals. Neutrals is always fun.
Okay.
If you're not ready to be bold, that's always a safe color. Like
Okay. And you said color, so let's get to these models. I want to see what they're looking. What is the first one I have on?
So my fabulous model Jayla is so beautiful and stunning in her plaid on 34th trench coat. She has on our bar 3 very fitted bodycon sort of dress, and look at getting to the shoes. She just, of course, these are from her closet, but she has on the Betsy Johnson.
Oh, she's fabulous.
Purse with the chain. Oh,
okay. I know she's giving off AKA. She had the pink and the green. I was like, wait a minute, girl. Come on, pledge. Come on, pledge. All right. Now, what's the next one have on?
To love.
Yeah, let's get to our next girl.
Yes,
fabulous.
Our lovely, curvy, lovely,
Miss
fabulous model, Shakira Johnson, is wearing our INC robe. Now, girlfriend can go from dinner with her bae to the harbor. Okay. Candlelight, or just lounging on the couch.
To the harbor. Okay. I was like, wait, she's already ready for later.
She's ready for later, girl.
Okay, that makes sense.
So she's wearing the INC pajamas, silk pants. She has on the INC bedazzled purse.
Okay.
Really cute and fancy.
She always has on heels. Miss Shakira, I love her so much. Okay, so fantastic. Okay, so where can our viewers find you for more info about style tips?
Absolutely. So definitely connect with me on Instagram at Vialicia Tall.
Go, girl.
And then you can also come and shop. We can have a shopping day at Macy's Towson.
Oh, thank you so much, Vialicia.
For having me.
All right, girl.
And now let's check out today's best weather. A pretty snow fell in New York City yesterday, so here's an image of the snowflakes coming down there. We've actually got one more image of what it looked like there, or yesterday there in South Slope. So as you can see, just kind of a winter wonderland. Similar scenes to what we actually ended up seeing here in our region yesterday from that winter weather maker that moved through. That's now long gone. Winds are picking up behind it. So that means a brisk Valentine's Day ahead of us, but definitely a drier one. We're not really tracking any weather makers in the short term. So we've got sunshine shining down on the Inner Harbor right now. Not a ton of warmth to go along with it. We're at 40 degrees currently. We end up in the mid-40s today. It's going to be breezy for your Valentine's Day. Our next threat for snow returns Friday night and should wrap up by early Saturday. Here's a quick look at what you're up against wind-wise today. It's blustery out there. We've got wind speeds currently sustained anywhere from 2 up to 17 miles an hour. Now let's talk about that next weather maker. We are dry for your Valentine's Day, so any date night plans tonight, you're in good shape. Here comes a weak little weather maker scooting its way through on Thursday, sends us some clouds, potentially a brief shower. Rain chance doesn't look like much. Colder air will sweep in behind this, and that sets us up for that next system. This one coming late Friday night. So after darkness on Friday, we see snow showers rushing from the west with the cold air in place. Snow overnight Friday. So that means minimal impacts here since it comes after your Friday commute home and actually wraps up before daybreak on Saturday. That being said, I think it will produce at least some snowfall across our region. Here's a preview of just one forecast model. I'm showing you this because our trends have been tracking more to the south. That means higher amounts south, lower amounts to the north. I think Overall, we are calling for a general 1 to 3 inches of snow, and this is what we would wake up to Saturday morning. So anything that's not shoveled or plowed or cleared could create some slick spots at that point when you step out the door. Leading up to that, we've got highs close to 50 on Thursday, mostly cloudy with a brief shower, but I think most spots remain dry. It's late Friday that next winter weather maker moves in, and that wraps up by early Saturday. So we're going to watch Friday night into early Saturday for a potential weather alert because of that system. After that, things do calm down for the second half of your holiday weekend. We're actually looking at a long stretch of the 50s coming up. That will take us through much of next week.
Hey, you guys, okay, these WWE superstars found love in wrestling, and now they're sharing their story with their fans. She is the EST of WWE, and he wants all of the smoke. Love and WWE stars Bianca Belair and Montez Ford are here and joining us now. Hello, you guys.
Hello.
Welcome to the show. Look at the money-making smiles. I love it. Okay, now how did the love story begin for you both?
By the wrong number being given out. There's a whole lot of variables, but it starts from sushi, giving out the wrong number. It's a whole lot of.
Oh, okay, Bianca, is that how you remember it? Is that how you remember Bianca?
Yeah, we met in we met in WWE, and I accidentally gave him the wrong number. He won't let me live that down because he swears that it was done on purpose. And it wasn't done on purpose, but we're married now, but we met in WWE in 2016.
Wow, so the key is giving out the wrong phone number. Okay, got you. Yeah. All right, noted. Okay, so what's it like traveling with WWE and being a couple? Is it all fun and games?
It's a lot. You know, being in WWE, the schedule, we don't have an off season. So there's not really one day off. Every day looks different. It's really hard to find that quality time, and the show really shows how we navigate all that.
We're on this platform now to not only just show our love and, between each other and the compromise and everything that goes with it, and the balancing, the ins and outs between the shows and the traveling and the different goals and aspirations we both have, and how we manage and support each other through it all. So I think that's the great thing the show shows, and how we just make it work.
Okay, now tell us about the show. What can we expect to see this season?
The show is filmed on the road to WrestleMania. So the road to WrestleMania is Royal Rumble, all the way to WrestleMania, which is like our playoffs to the Super Bowl. It's the most stressful, hectic, crazy time of the year. But it's the most rewarding time of the year. But we're pulling that curtain back, just showing the WWE Universe what it takes to get to WrestleMania, those ups, those downs, those hard times. It catches all those vulnerable moments between us. But it also shows how our professional life can intersect with our personal life, how it affects us and how we interact and the decisions we make for our future.
Now describe the season in one word for me.
Ooh, it's really 2 words. It's hard.
Oh,
it's really just
2 words. Love
and WWE.
I love it. I'm like, did y'all rehearse that? I love that. I love it. Okay. Well, honestly, all of our fans, we love to watch you guys here, and you guys can also catch Bianca Belair and Montez Ford on WWE every Friday at 8 p.m. on Fox 45 too, right? But also on Hulu on Lovin' WWE. So yes, thank you guys so much for joining us today.
Still ahead, more people are ditching their shoes, but is it sanitary? We'll see what you're saying about it. The rise of barefooting is taking over on TikTok. A new trend is taking off on social media, barefooting. More and more people are ditching shoes in favor of walking barefoot. While doctors say walking barefoot can help strengthen your foot muscles, most activities you do barefoot should be inside, like yoga or Pilates. And you should wear shoes when outside to protect your feet. Now, we wanted you to tell us, would you ever try barefooting? 93% of you said, I'll never do this. Okay, interesting. And 3% say, I'm not sure. And 4 brave % of you say, I would give it a try. I do it in my backyard, okay? Great show lined up for tomorrow. It's cold out, but that doesn't mean you can't enjoy it.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Great Wolf Lodge.
Winter is a busy time of year when parents face the challenge of keeping kids active. Well, it's time to put down those devices. Here to help is dancing superstar Max Chmerkovskiy. It's going to wrap it up for us. Have a great one. We'll see you tomorrow.